Ovechkin fires. He scores! The Great Eight has done it again.
Looking back to when you broke Lou Gehrig's consecutive games played record, first of all, I can't believe it's almost 30 years ago. Was there a time when you finally said, you know what, this just might be possible?
Yeah, it was when I got within a season of the games. You know, before 2000 was big because only Lou Gehrig has got 2000. But for me personally, I never thought about it. I just went out and tried to play each game and figured out if something was going to happen, it was going to happen. Just play the same way you always did. But there was pressure that built in the last season because all of a sudden there was like a finish line. And I really didn't like the finish line concept. It made me think, should I play more careful? And I'm going, no, don't play careful. Just play. Let it all happen. If it's going to happen, if it's meant to be, then it'll go. But it became conceivable to me in the year that I guess the September 6th was towards the end of the season. 1995 was when we started late because of the lockout. So it wasn't a full season, but it fell within one season. And since I had done that, 16 or 17 other times, I thought that it was possible.
We're going to get to the pressure of it in a little bit. We're doing a Cal Ripken Jr., Alex Ovechkin comparison here. And in that instance, you had a target date. For Alex, it's going to come organically. What might you expect would be the difference, maybe what's going through his mind as he tries to figure out where it's going to fall?
So it's interesting. There's two times in my life where I felt it's performance-based because when you play every day, as long as you stay healthy and you're in the lineup, then you could actually look at a date in the finish line. But I think when I was trying to hit number 3,000, so that was a performance-based one. We started the season early in that year, and it wasn't happening for me. And then everybody was anticipating when would that occur? Would you do it at home? Would you do it on the road? And it just kind of changed your approach. And all of a sudden, you're going up to home plate trying to get a hit. And in actuality, you don't get hits by trying to get a hit. You get hits by putting a good swing on it, making good contact, and then it happens. So I would imagine scoring goals. I don't know whether you're pressing, you're trying harder to score a goal. The pressure then builds up because you're trying to make something happen as opposed to letting something happen. And that was my experience with 3,000 hits. I had a long drought, I think, and when I hit my 400th home run, it was like, and again, you especially don't hit home runs when you're trying to hit home runs. They just kind of happen. So, when I think about Alex, just let the game, happen, let your skills happen. You've done it so far now. It'll happen. It'll happen on its own, but just let it happen. Don't try to force it.
We've heard you reference how pressure-packed this was upon you, the crush that was there. Cal, in the quiet times, who helped you handle that pressure?
I have an introverted personality, and so in order for me to recharge, I have to have my own downtime. I learned that about myself a long time ago. Is there's stimulation all over the place, and in the normal stimulation, your normal everyday come to the ballpark. There's a media relationship. There's your responsibility that you do, and then the responsibility to your team and how you play. So to me, I'll say selfishly, it was mostly me. If I locked myself in a room, I watched a couple of movies back and forth. You almost had to take yourself to another place where you're not thinking about what's happening. So I needed to recharge. Extroverts need the energy of the people, to kind of recharge. I was the opposite. So I didn't have to search anybody out. I just had to make sure that I had my private time and my quiet time. I used to call it the quiet time before the storm. So maybe I came to the ballpark a little later, towards that time, so you could minimize all the things that were happening. You could control the environment just a little bit more. And I found that once I was recharged, I was more able to deal with all the things that surrounded that moment.
You're the Iron Man. I mean, you broke a record that was seemingly unreachable. If all goes well, Alex is now almost equal to and about to surpass Wayne Gretzky's goal-scoring total, a number again that was unthinkable about approaching. What does it say about the heart of these two great athletes, yourself and Alex? What does it say about your competitive heart?
Well, a lot of drive, a lot of determination, a love of the game, a need to be in there in the lineup. I always thought that I could play, and I wanted to be in there. And in order to do something like that, you have that drive. A lot of people ask me, "What's your secret?" And I'm going, "There's no secret. I love to play, and it just kind of happens." Not too many people will accept that, but if you really dig down deep, it has to be important to you. It has to be meaningful to you. You have to love something so much that you're willing to go through all the grind of it to get to the other side.